Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Mike from Ballin Burgers, and today I just want to go over some news that came out for Pokemon Sun and Moon just the other day. I'm not going to go over all of it, just some tiny little things that I found interesting. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
I love Pokemon. Raise a glass of Moo Moo milk for Pokemon.
So the other day, Pokemon announced 6 new Pokemon for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, this is really exciting. A lot of people are on the fence about these designs. Some of them are kind of bad, and some of them are actually pretty nice. So, we're going to look at them really quick. There's only 2 that I really want to focus on for this video. But, before we do that, I'm just going to kind of briefly show you all of them in case you haven't seen the news. So, let's take a look right here. Got the webpage pulled up. I'm just going to click on all the new Pokemon for Sun and Moon. Zygarde, I don't really care about. Now, these ones right here, these 4, and these ones down here, are the ones that have been announced. Now, we had this starting bug announced at the E3 trailer, but these 2 right here are its evolutions. So we'll get into that in just a minute. Let's just click at this top one and just take a quick look at them all. So this is Bruxish, I think that's how you say it. It's a water psychic Pokemon. A lot of people are kind of not liking this design. I'm on the fence about it. It does seem pretty weird if you ask me. Just like with all the colors and its big mouth. Moving on. So the next one is Cutiefly. Now, people are hating this one. I actually don't think it's that bad. And I'll get more into him in a minute, because he's one of the ones that I wanted to, like, elaborate on and talk about. So let's move on just real quick here. Drampa is the next one, and it makes, every time I say that, I think Grandpa. And it kind of looks like a grandpa with, like, you know, the white hair and the kinda beard. So, there he is. This is actually the second one that I wanted to talk about at the end here, so I'm going to skip past him a little bit. Tapu Koko, if I'm saying that correctly. This is a Guardian Pokemon, basically a legendary Pokemon. There's going to be one of these guys for every island of the Alola region. So this is the first one that we're seeing of the starting island that we start on. I don't know exactly what it's called. It has been named, but I just don't know what it is. Nevertheless, this guy looks really, really cool, and then when he puts his mask on, that looks freaking awesome, too. So, this next guy here, I don't know how to say his name. Tojamaru? Something like that. He's basically this generation's version of the Pikachu clone. As you can see, he's got the Pikachu cheeks and is kind of got the tail and everything like that. So anyways, I mean, he's not the most original, but I mean, all of the Pokemon, the Pikachu clones, aren't that great anyways. Some of them are pretty cool, though. I actually do like Emolga, and Meryl's not terrible, so. Moving on to the next one, I think he might actually be the last. No, we got these, the bug guy. So we saw this guy before, but now we actually see his evolutions. Everybody is given this Pokemon right here, Charjabug, so much shit for looking like the stupidest thing ever. And I'll agree, it does look a little weird, but it is the middle stage of a 3 chain for a bug Pokemon. And most of the middle ones are cocoons, so I mean, can we really complain? I don't really care that much about it because the final evolution is this one, Vikavolt. And he actually looks pretty awesome, in my opinion. You guys may have different opinions, but I think he does actually look pretty cool. So, yeah, that's all the new Pokemon that we have here. Yeah, we've already seen Komawa. I'm going to go back so we can look at those 2 that I pointed out that I wanted to say I wanted to elaborate on. So the first one here is Cutiefly. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about Cutiefly is because it is a new dual-type Pokemon, Bug and Fairy. And if you guys have seen my previous videos, I've been going a lot on the type possibilities for new Pokemon. And one of the ones that I pointed out that I think has potential to be a new Pokemon was a Bug Fairy. And what was funny was I had no idea what it could be, and I kind of thought of Combi, maybe giving an evolution to a male Combi. They didn't give an evolution to a Combi, but they made a Bug Fairy bee Pokemon. If you look at the category, it is a bee fly Pokemon, which I think is hysterical because I was so close, but just off by a tiny bit. Now the other one that I want to look at a little bit closer is Drampa, and that is because he too is also a dual type that we have never seen before. That is Normal and Dragon. Now generally, I don't like Pokemon that have a dual type with Normal because all Normal really does is give them another weakness, which is to fighting, and it doesn't really give them any benefits, so I'm like, what's kind of the point of it? But in the case with this guy, I don't typically use dragons. I typically just fight against dragons and rage a lot because, you know, dragons are very defensive. But this gives me another way to actually beat this guy because I can use a fighting Pokemon and maybe take it down a little easier. I did read his Pokedex entry, and I do like what it says here. The first thing that it says is that it lives alone in the mountains, 10,000 feet above sea level. And when I look at this guy, I feel like he would be a Pokemon that would live in the mountains. And in the Pokedex entry, it says that it needs to come down from the mountains every day to get food, and then it goes back up. And it's saying that it's very gentle with children. It can it can fly into a rage if a child it cares for is hurt in some way. That's pretty cool. It makes it seem like the Pokemon is more connected to, you know, people or its trainer or something like that. And with this whole synergy theory with, you know, the Ash Greninja, this kind of plays into that because they're kind of connected on a different level than just being a random Pokemon with a random trainer. So that's pretty cool. The Drampa also has a new ability that we've never seen before. It's called the Berserk ability. And what happens with this is when its HP drops below half, it gets a boost in its special attack. So that will be pretty cool to see. But that's pretty much all I have to say about him. Was there anything interesting? I can't remember. I don't think there was anything super interesting about Cutiefly. Not really. Basically, it can see auras of people, and it gets attracted to the auras of people because it mistakes them for flowers. I don't know, I guess it's interesting. But, I mean, we already have Lucario with the whole aura thing, so it's nothing particularly new. But, yeah, that's all I really wanted to do for this video is just look at these two guys right here because they have me excited that they are brand new dual-type Pokemon. So I'm going to have to make a note on my chart to check off those boxes, which is going to be super, super awesome. Now, if you guys haven't seen my previous videos with the dual-type chart, be sure to check out those videos. I'll leave links for them. Maybe there's annotations or something. Anyways, that's all I wanted to do for today. What do you guys think of these new Pokemon? All 6 of them that we've seen just the other day that got announced. Is there one that sticks out for you that is completely awesome? Do you like this new legendary type guy? Do you hate the fish? Do you hate Cutiefly? Like, do you like the way Drampa looks? You know, anything like that, shout it out in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys, and that's going to do it for me. I will see you guys next time.